Section 6.1.1 Law and Ethics Part 2. The Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, also known as the CFAA, was designed to separate and expand computer crime laws from the more general Comprehensive Crime Control Act of 1984, which has provisions related to credit card fraud and computer fraud. The Computer Fraud and Abuse Act targets computer hackers, but can be applied more broadly to insiders acting outside their authorized access. Some key points from this act are on the screen. The first, whoever intentionally accesses a computer without authorization or exceeds authorized access and thereby obtains information from any protected computer. The second, knowingly causes the transmission of a program, information, code, or command, and as a result of such conduct, intentionally causes damage without authorization to a protected computer. And the third is intentionally accesses a protected computer without authorization, and as a result of such conduct, recklessly causes damage. A protected computer is mentioned in the Act. What do you think that could mean? It was meant to be a government computer or computers used for interstate commerce or communications. However, when they developed the law, no one realized the internet would expand this definition to include every computer and cell phone. The punishments for violating this law can add up. The first offense is only 1 to 5 years, but goes up to 10 years for the second offense. However, if you are stealing sensitive government information, it can be 10 years or 20 for repeat offenders. They look at this as a security breach and espionage. To go further with these punishments, if the attack causes harm or kills people, the offender can receive life in prison. What laws exist to deal with cybercrime? The laws on the screen are an overview of the cybercrime laws that exist in the U.S. as of 2022. These include laws about fraud and abuse, like we just covered, but these laws also include details about unsolicited mail, cyberstalking, sextortion, child pornography, cyber harassment, and phishing. In addition to federal laws, each state has its own set of laws that cover some digital crimes. But when it comes to prosecuting cybercrimes, there are at least 2 significant issues with the existing laws. The first is the CFAA has many sections that limit prosecution only to certain types of victims, like a government or financial institution. Other sections of that act also require a minimum dollar amount of loss to pursue prosecution. In many sections, the language that defines what is a criminal act are not clear enough or are outdated. And some crimes, like phishing, are covered only by state law, and many states haven't passed legislation for these crimes. This opens up a question. If there isn't a law against phishing, is it okay to social engineer someone out of their life savings? History has shown that we can't just use the law to make decisions as to what is right or wrong. Laws are still catching up with technology. There is often no law covering cybersecurity activity. We must use our conscience as well. And this is where ethics come into play. The term conscience applies to a personal feeling of right, but also on an institutional level, such as medical or law boards. What do you think is the difference between law and ethics? You will answer this in the assessment section.